Welcome back to Natural One, the channel that's like a snack-sized candy bar. I mean, it's good, but never quite enough. We're back to cramming your favorite pop culture characters into the wonderfully chaotic rule set of D&D 5e. Today, we're blasting into the chaotic realm of Arcane, with a build that's in a league of her own. JINX! Grab your dice and buckle up, because this one's gonna be a blast.
I ruined everything. I always do.
JINX isn't your average troublemaker. She's Zaun's resident wildcard, leaving a trail of mayhem from Piltover to the lanes. Let's break down the stats that make JINX the unhinged legend that she is. First up, we're cranking dexterity to a 15. JINX is quick as a blink, darting through alleyways and scaling rooftops while cackling like only Zaun's finest can. She's got the reflexes to dodge Piltover's enforcers and weave through gunfire, all while pulling the trigger herself. Next, a 14 in intelligence. JINX isn't just flinging around random explosions, she engineers chaos with purpose. Each of her signature gadgets, Fishbones, Pow Pow, and her zappy little shock pistol, comes straight from the inventive, unpredictable mind of hers. Following that, we're giving her a 13 in Constitution. She might be scrawny, but she's a survivor of the Undercity, outlasting the roughest fights and enduring whatever Piltover's elite can throw at her. She can take the punches, the bruises, and still be grinning for more. Then, we've got a 12 in Charisma. JINX is a twisted charm. There's something about her mad energy that's hard to ignore, whether she's trash-talking Vi or lighting up Zaun's night sky. It's the kind of allure that makes you wonder if you're brave enough. Or just plain crazy. A practical 10 in strength. She's not hauling tanks around, but she's strong enough to lug her insane arsenal across town and hoist Fishbones with one hand while laughing in the face of danger. Finally, an 8 in Wisdom. Yeah, Wisdom's never been JINX's strong suit. She charges headfirst into chaos, half the time creating the mess she has to get herself out of. Rational decisions. Not really her style, but that's exactly why we love her. For a wild child from Zaun, Variant Human feels just right. Boosting dexterity by +1 amps up her ability for dodging blasts and firing off her signature moves, while +1 into Constitution toughens her up to survive the streets of Zaun's Undercity. With Arcana proficiency, she's ready to tinker with Hex Tech, wielding the arcane knowledge needed to supercharge her inventions. And with the Sharpshooter feat, she's an absolute menace from afar, hitting targets with explosive precision. Perfect for turning Piltover's neat little world upside down. As for her background, our urchin is no stranger to the grit and grime of the Undercity. Her skill proficiencies in sleight of hand and stealth make her a master of navigating the rough streets and slipping away unnoticed. A vital talent when Zaun's less than friendly faces are constantly on the lookout. With thieves' tools and a disguise kit at her side, she's equipped for survival, crafting new identities on the fly and slipping into places where even the enforcers wouldn't dare venture. Plus, I'm sure the disguise kit could be useful for painting walking bombs.
Are we still sisters?
Let's dive into level 1, where our chaotic heroine begins her journey as a fighter. With her archery fighting style, she channels her inner JINX, picking off targets with a wild glee that screams boom. This isn't just about precision, it's about style and flair, shooting arrows that explode with the same intensity as her beloved Fishbones. And let's not forget Second Wind. Just like JINX's reckless antics in the streets of Zaun, she can tap into her adrenaline reserves to heal up in the heat of battle, letting her take risks most wouldn't dare. At level 2, our girl flips the script by becoming an artificer. With magical tinkering, she channels her inventive spirit, transforming mundane objects into clever gadgets. Think of it as crafting her prototype JINX-style bombs. This ability lets her rig up distractions and tricks with ease, embodying that manic creativity that makes her so unpredictable. She picks up Firebolt for some quick pistol shots, while Resistance gives her the edge on saving throws. With Longstrider and Expeditious Retreat, she's zipping around the battlefield like a whirlwind, ready to cause chaos and confusion. Because why settle for a quick getaway when you can leave a trail of mayhem in your wake? At level 3, our chaotic character fully embraces her artificer roots, unlocking a world of infusions. She starts with the enhanced arcane focus, a rod that's less of a stick and more of a bazooka, perfect for launching spells with all the explosive flair of JINX's rocket launcher. She also grabs repeating shot for her Gatling gun, or heavy crossbow, ensuring her ranged attacks never run dry. Because when you're channeling JINX, every second counts, and you can never have too many bullets. Oh, and don't forget about Featherfall. She jumps off a ton of high places. At level 4, she takes her inventiveness to the next level with Artificer level 3, unlocking the ability to create her very own Eldritch Cannon. A walking flamethrower. Say hello to her Flame Chompers. She also learns Shield to bolster her defenses when the going gets tough, and Thunder Wave for those times when she really needs to clear out the crowd. Because nothing says get lost quite like a blast of force that knocks everybody back. Finally, with the right tool for the job, she can whip up any artisan's tools she needs for any occasion. Yes, I know you were only hearing cobbler's tools when I say this, but apparently there are others. Who knew? For level 5, Jinx's chaotic journey as an artificer continues with an ability score improvement. That cranks her dexterity up by +2. This boost transforms her Gatling gun, crossbow, into a literal whirlwind of chaos, allowing her to rain bolts down on unsuspecting foes with the precision of a sharpshooter from Piltover. But this isn't just about raw firepower. With her newfound prowess, she can navigate the battlefield with agility and flair, just like dodging the occasional Hextech explosion. To add to her shenanigans, she learns False Life, creating a bubble of temporary hit points that gives her an extra push to dive headfirst into the fray. Because what's a little chaos without a healthy dose of reckless abandon? Now at level 6, Jinx steps back into her fighter roots, gaining the Action Surge feature. This ability is like hitting the turbo button on her wild escapades. She can unleash an additional action on her turn, allowing her to unleash a barrage of shots from her Gatling gun, or even throw some gadgets into the mix. Now it's really raining bullets. Bolts. At level 7, Jinx fully embraces her chaotic nature as she becomes an Eldritch Knight. This is where her affinity for mayhem and magic collide spectacularly. She learns the Weapon Bond ritual, allowing her to create a magical connection with her Gatling gun, a heavy crossbow of course, or any other weapon that suits her fancy. To further spice things up, she picks up some cantrips that are perfect for her explosive persona. Ray of Frost becomes her ice-cold zapper, slowing down enemies as they try to escape her chaotic antics, while Blade Ward gives her that extra edge, protecting her when she's in the thick of things. When it comes to her spells, she channels her inner pay-to-win video game nature with Jim's Magic Missile, while Absorb Elements lets her soak up damage like a true wildcard. And with Gift of Alacrity, she ensures she's always a step ahead, ready to unleash havoc before her foes can even react. Now at level 8, Jinx cranks up her intelligence by +2, showcasing that behind all the mayhem is a brilliant mind capable of concocting all sorts of explosive plans, and, inventing all those gadgets. This boost means more spells in her arsenal. She picks up Fairy Fire, illuminating her foes for some serious chaos, making them easy targets for her next onslaught. And of course, she doesn't forget Chromatic Orb, specifically Lightning, unleashing a crackling bolt of chaotic energy that would make any Piltover inventor proud. At level 9, Jinx fully embraces her chaotic spirit as a Fighter 5, unleashing the extra attack feature. With her Gatling gun, again a heavy crossbow in hand, she transforms into a whirlwind of destruction on the battlefield, launching bolts of mayhem as she sends enemies reeling and leaving her laughing maniacally while reveling in the chaos of battle.
This is a trick! You're playing me! Shut up! I'm in no mood!
By level 10, she channels her inner genius with an ability score improvement, boosting her intelligence by +2. This enhancement sharpens her tactical mind and augments her spellcasting prowess, allowing her to concoct even more inventive and explosive contraptions. At level 11, Jinx dives even deeper into her Eldritch Knight path and gains the War Magic feature. This ability lets her unleash a cantrip to confound her enemies before following up with a devastating weapon attack as a bonus action. The Freezing Blast echoes her unpredictable combat style, allowing her to keep her foes at bay while she delivers chaos with her Gatling gun. Finally, she picks up Rhyme's Binding Ice to her spell repertoire, because, let's face it, even Frost isn't really zappy enough. At level 12, Jinx grabs Eldritch Adept, adding Armor of Shadows, so she's rocking a permanent shimmer-fueled shield at all times. Cause let's face it, what she is wearing isn't screaming plate mail, so this will have to do. Oh, and she picks up Pyrotechnics because what's an ambush without a light show? Flashbangs and smoke are just part of the chaotic charm. At level 13, Indomitable kicks in, letting her re-roll a failed save with her once per day. Basically, when things get dicey, she doesn't flinch, she doubles down. Not even Fate gets to mess with Jinx without her getting the last laugh. Alright, level 14 is where Jinx's style really goes off the rails with Eldritch Strike, letting her punches pack enough punch to mess with her enemy's magic defenses. Now, when she lands a shot, that unlucky target has disadvantage on the next save they make against one of her spells, keeping our enemies guessing. Plus, we grab True Strike, the absolute strongest cantrip in the game, because obviously, and we get Witch Bolt for that extra touch of her shocking personality. Then, at level 15, Jinx styles it up with extra attack, turning her 2 shots into 3, because, let's be real, 2 just isn't enough when you're trying to turn a crossbow into a minigun. She picks up Snare as well, laying down traps for anyone who tries to back out of her firing range, keeping her enemies exactly where she wants them. Alright, at level 16, Jinx dives back into her Artificer side, making an arcane firearm. With some carving and a touch of madness, she turns that bazooka rod of hers into her personal spellcasting fire starter, giving her a bonus d8 to one spell's damage roll every time she channels through it. Now, she's really bringing the boom. She also snags protection from poison, because, have you seen where she lives? And then, for her love of explosions, we grab Scorching Ray and Shatter to keep the battlefield looking like her personal playground. At level 17, Jinx goes even further with tool expertise, doubling her proficiency for any ability check with tools. Every trap, every gun mod, and every bomb is now twice as precise. To up her versatility, she picks up Enhanced Ability for a boost whenever she needs it, and Walloping Ammunition for that extra punch in her shots, sending her targets flying. At 7th level Artificer, Jinx's Genius comes into play when things get dicey. With Flash of Genius, she can add her Intelligence modifier to any ability check or saving throw made by herself or an ally within 30 feet. This little boost is like her chaotic magic kicking in at just the right moment. Because who needs a plan when you have sheer brilliance? Just be careful to only use it a few times for a long rest, or her brain might break even further. Or your DM might tell you that you're breaking the rules. I don't know, I'm not a doctor. Reaching level 19, and Jinx is all about speed and unpredictability, so she takes the mobile feat. This allows her to move like a whirlwind on the battlefield, darting in and out of combat like she's on a shopping spree at a bomb factory. And we know how much she loves bombs. At level 20, it's time to wrap up this show. Jinx picks up Haste, turning into an unstoppable force of mayhem. I love Haste. Her Eldritch Cannons have leveled up too. Now, when she tells them to explode, they do. Crazy, huh? Oh, and because it's important, we add Fireball into her arsenal, so she's ready to launch a big rocket right at Piltover. Now that's how you do a finale.
Powder, it's okay. Stop calling me that. It's Jinx now. Powder fell down a well.
There's a reason that Silco chose Jinx as his adopted daughter. Let's uncover her explosive strengths. For one, she's got big spell damage. Jinx doesn't just play with bombs, she is a bomb. With spells like Fireball and Scorching Ray in her arsenal, she's packing serious firepower, ready to turn enemies into a smoldering wreckage. Plus, every spell that she is casting comes from a +1 arcane firearm that adds d8s galore. So that's pretty good. She's got a ton of movement. Jinx can zip around the battlefield like a pinball on steroids. With Haste, Mobile, Featherfall, Longstrider, Expeditious Retreat, and Gift of Alacrity, she can be sure that she is always where the action is, or where she needs to be to create it. Oh yeah, she's got a ton of attacks too. Jinx is all about action. With Haste, she can unleash a flurry of attacks. Plus, she's got a triple attack feature and Action Surge to really ramp up the chaos. On top of that, her Eldritch Cannon can be activated as a bonus action, adding yet another layer of mayhem to her turns. I think we got to minigun status, right? And despite her looks, she's actually kind of tanky. With a base AC of 17 thanks to Mage Armor, plus a +2 from Haste, Jinx isn't just a glass cannon, she's got some serious staying power. Add in Shield, protection from poison, absorb elements, and false life, along with a hefty 155 hit points, and she's ready to take hits while dishing out damage. While it may seem to be all rainbows and explosions, there's a reason everyone calls her a Jinx. Let's see why. To start off, she's got low wisdom saves. While she's a terror on the battlefield, Jinx isn't winning any awards for her wisdom. With low wisdom saves, she might find herself a bit too trusting of people she would be better off avoiding. So go home. She's got limited resources. Like any true powerhouse, Jinx has her limits. Spell slots, Indomitables, Second Wind, Action Surge, they're all finite resources. Once she's out, she's just powder. Scared and all alone. And yes, she is a League of Legends character, so you gotta deal with that. Look, League is about as fun as stepping on a Lego barefoot. The toxic community, never-ending balance issues, and matchmaking that feels like a cosmic joke make it more frustrating than a day at the DMV. If you thought you'd get a fun game experience, think again. You might as well start contemplating your life choices while getting ganked by some troll who thinks he's the next faker. I don't know what any of those words mean. I'm just gonna move on. Are we good with that? And that's a wrap on our chaotic journey with Jinx. If you love this build and want to see more like it, head over to our Patreon for this and other builds, all for free. If you thought this build wasn't the worst one you've ever seen, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring that notification bell to keep up with our weekly content. We've got way more cooking. And while you're at it, drop a comment with your thoughts or any character suggestions. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to continue complaining about how League has ruined gaming for everyone. So until next week, we'll catch you on the flip side.